It was a little after 9 when my phone buzzed. I was sitting on the couch, half lost in work emails, planning for the week ahead. Then her name lit up on the screen. The message read, "I'll be away for 2 days. Entertain yourself however you like." I froze. My thumb hovered over the screen, unwilling to believe what I was reading. Entertain yourself. The words looked harmless at first glance, but they cut deep, mocking, dismissive, cruel. My chest went cold. For years, she had been my partner in everything. My confidant, my companion, the person I trusted most. And now she was telling me, with a casual text, that she didn't want to be near me. I reread it over and over, searching for a trace of humor or playfulness, but there was none, just indifference. That realization sank into me like ice water. The signs had been there for months, the distant glances, the polite excuses, the way her affection had become routine rather than real. I convinced myself she was tired or stressed, that things would return to normal with time. But that message stripped away all illusion. I put my phone down and walked into the kitchen, my heart pounding, but strangely calm. I didn't cry, didn't yell. I just stood there, wondering how the woman who once promised to love me could say something so thoughtless. 2 days later, she came home smiling as if nothing had happened. She walked in, dropped her bag, and greeted me like everything was fine. But I wasn't the same. Something inside me had gone quiet. When she asked why I was so silent, I simply looked at her and let the silence speak for me. That night, lying awake, I realized something important. Love isn't only about being physically there. It's about wanting to be there. It's respect. It's desire. And once someone tells you to handle your needs alone, you can't pretend you didn't hear what they truly meant. When she came home again after another short trip, suitcase in hand and a grin on her face, I was ready to face it. "Why so serious?" she asked lightly. "I just needed some space." "Space," I said quietly. "You mean a space where I don't exist?" Her smile faltered. "That's not what I meant," she replied quickly. "I just needed a break. It's nothing personal." I shook my head. That's exactly what it is. When the person you love stops seeing you, stops wanting you, that's as personal as it gets. She started to tear up, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean to hurt you." "But you did," I said softly. "Not just with that message, but with every moment you pulled away, every excuse, every cold night. You stopped wanting me, and that's not something I can fix alone." She tried to reach for me, but I stepped back. "Don't," I said quietly. "Not now." Later, when I sat across from her again, the truth was clear. Love needs presence, respect, and intimacy. I told her, "You've taken all of that away. I can't stay in a marriage where I'm invisible." Tears ran down her cheeks, but I didn't reach out. Some breaks can't be healed with apologies. They can only be accepted. The next morning, the apartment felt different. Empty, echoing, cold. Even though she was still there, the warmth had gone. Every small thing reminded me of what had vanished. The laughter, the small touches, the shared rhythm of our lives. Over the next few days, I thought about everything. The pattern of rejection, the quiet distance, the careless words. It wasn't about one message. It was about years of neglect disguised as routine. And I realized that if respect and desire were gone, then love couldn't survive on memory alone. That evening, when she tried to laugh off the tension, I finally said what I'd been holding in. "I can't do this anymore." I told her, "I can't stay in something that makes me feel unwanted." What you texted wasn't a joke. It was the truth you didn't want to say out loud. She broke down completely, crying harder than I'd ever seen her. But I couldn't comfort her, not this time. My calm was my boundary. Within a week, she went to stay with her sister, while we figured out what came next. I explained things gently to the kids, protecting them from the harsh details, but honesty still lingered in the air. She tried to reach out afterward. Messages, apologies, attempts to explain, but the meaning had already settled. A relationship without respect and affection can't breathe. I deleted the text, the photos, the reminders, but I kept the lesson. Some betrayals aren't loud or dramatic. They're slow and quiet, hidden in the moments that someone stops caring. I began to rebuild my life piece by piece. Focus on my children, on myself, on peace. She became part of my past, a chapter that taught me that love without presence and respect isn't love at all. And for the first time in a long time, I felt free, lighter, clearer, and finally at peace with letting go.